Hey guys, Realtor Adele, your favorite realtor and investment property strategist with the last housing market report for 2023. Overall, the housing market as we close out the fourth quarter has remained sluggish due to elevated home prices, out of control mortgage interest rates, and limited housing inventory. According to the National Association of Realtors, existing home sales declined 4.1% month over month and 4.6% year over year as of the last measure. In this report, we'll take a look at home price appreciation, mortgage interest rates, also take a look at what's going on with home sales and housing inventory, as well as housing affordability and buyer demand as we navigate the current housing market environment. Here's a look at the 2024 home price appreciation forecast, and this was actually released about a month ago. Now keep in mind this data just due to the, just so that we ensure that we do collect accurate information. There's usually a bit of lag time as to when this data is presented. Okay, so the chart you're looking at, home price appreciation forecast prediction from 8 of the major housing indices, and this was projection released as of the end of November. Now clearly no one has a crystal ball. These are just projections based on housing activity for this year. Let's start at my right, maybe your left, maybe your right as well. Anyway, we're starting from the red bar and then we're gonna move left. So Realtor.com has predicted that home price appreciation will decrease by 1.7%. Then we have Zillow, who has projected home price appreciation will decrease by 0.2%. Next is the National Association of Realtors at 0.7%. And let's keep in mind, I think that in terms of the National Association of Realtors, they collect this information every quarter. So it'll be interesting to see where their numbers land, I guess by March. So, or in about 6 weeks, because they do it every quarter. Left of NAR, we have Goldman Sachs, who predicted 1.9%. Then we have, who do we have? Oh, that's the Home Price Expectation Survey. Their prediction is that home price appreciation will increase. So just to be clear, I don't think I mentioned it. So clearly the green bars are projections that are stating that home price appreciation will increase. So we have NAR, Goldman Sachs, all of the green bars. Those housing indices have projected an increase of home price appreciation for 2024. So we were at 2.2, and that's the Home Price Expectation Survey. We have Freddie Mac at 2.6, Fannie Mae at 2.8, and the Mortgage Bankers Association at 4.1. The average of all 8 of them were at 1.5%. So the normal rate at which homes usually appreciate per year is 4.9%. So for the average, there is a projection that home prices will appreciate by 1.5% for 2024. And I think that, speaking of which, I think that, what do I want to say here? I think that this is not a bad thing because we do need home prices to stabilize, of course, along with mortgage interest rates in order to make buying a home more affordable. We know that home prices and mortgage rates have been extremely elevated in recent times. So to see this I think more of a price correction is what we want to call it, is not a bad thing. It's actually a good sign to say that the market is stabilizing. And this is good news for both the buyers and sellers. This particular chart that you're looking at shows the 49-year average monthly price movement. And I think I included this on last month's housing market report, but thought it noteworthy to include it again because it gives us an idea of the rate at which home prices usually, or home values, I want to say, usually increase. And so this is the 49-year monthly price movement. So this is 49-year average. So from 1973 up to 2022, we're showing what is the norm for home values to increase, or what has been the norm for home values to increase. And here you can see this displayed. This data is provided by Case-Shiller, and NSA means non-seasonally adjusted. And in real estate, as with any other industry, there are slow periods and more busy periods. Usually for us in real estate, the slower times are usually during the winter. We start to see that slow down usually sometimes in September, just before fall really sets in. And here you can see that noted on this chart as well. And with the following slide, what's going to happen is we're going to compare the 49-year average to 2023 just to see how we're trending in regard to where exactly our home values, or how do we stand in terms of normalcy. Are we now getting back to a normal market in regard to the rate at which home values or home price appreciation have been trending? And on the following slide, we will take that comparison. This chart tracks mortgage rates as of July through November of this year. Starting from the left of the screen, you'll notice that in July, rates were above 6, touching 7, basically. And it kind of toggled from between high 6s and then got up to 7, over 7 as we were well into the summer, and then September. And then you notice that middle, or should I say the end of September through October, was when rates really spiked. Those are the red bars. And then onto the green bars as of November, rates started to decrease, which was a bit of a relief for home buyers. And this 7.22%, this data was collected as of the end of November. And clearly, where we are now, rates have decreased again, which is very good news for home buyers and sellers. As you can see, we're trending in the right direction in terms of rates stabilizing, which will result in more people being able to afford a home. On the following chart, I have provided the current interest rates for a 30-year fixed mortgage courtesy of Freddie Mac. Let's talk housing affordability. It's not unusual to equate affordability with a huge drop in price. As consumers, that's usually the correlation. When we think that something is affordable, we automatically think that we're going to get it for a really low price. Note that in real estate, when we talk about affordability, it's about stabilizing home prices and rates, not about a free fall in home prices. Of course, wages and income play a part in all of this. However, we're highlighting mortgage rates and home prices for all intent and purposes. Here's an affordability chart courtesy of the National Association of Realtors, and this compares mortgage payment to income ratio, and that is how affordability is measured statistically. So the black box in the middle, that is the normal affordability rate, 25%. If you look to the right of that to see where we are today, we're over 27%. So we are at the highest that we're experiencing the highest unaffordability index right now. Hopefully we will land at normal ratios. Another thing you'll notice with this chart, it also shows us where we were in previous years. In June of 22, just over a year ago, we were just above 26%. And then 2018, 18%. But if you look kind of to the bottom of this chart to the right, you're going to see a number that says 13.3%. That was the affordability index in January of 2021. We all know what was going on during that time period. We were essentially in the midst of the pandemic. So to me personally, that is the lowest affordability ratio that we've ever been. Right now we're experiencing the highest. This is why in my previous charts, when comparing apples to apples, I did not use the numbers or statistics for 2020 through 2022, because during that time period, those numbers are skewed. Those are abnormal numbers as a result of the pandemic. So to think that we are going to get back to the lowest affordability index that we've ever been is unrealistic. The normal affordability rate is 25%. So it's not likely that we'll ever get back to an affordability index of 13%. I imagine that we ended up at that number due to the fact that we were in the midst of a health crisis. So the way that the data, or what the data is telling us, and the way numbers are trending, we should get to a more normal affordability rate or index within the next 8 to 12 months. And that is a more realistic number for us to expect. So just wanted to share this chart with you to give you an idea of where we are in terms of housing affordability and show you what the normal rate is. And actually, we're not too far from that now. So the goal is to establish normalcy, and the 25% is what is considered normal. I would say going a bit below that is I mean, it would be great and would be within the normal range as well, but no way I think we're ever gonna get to that 13%. So there you have it, guys. Despite the housing affordability issue, people are still buying homes. Here we can see that the amount of people looking at homes in 2023, and that's the green bar, in comparison to the last normal years, which are represented by the blue bars. And we are not including 2020 through 2022, since those numbers are skewed as a result of the pandemic. If we want a true idea or a true number of what the market is doing, then we want to compare where we are right now to the last normal years, just to make sure how we're trending and to see where we stand. And again, so the blue bars, you can see that all of those numbers are lower in terms of the amount of people that were looking at homes. And these, so all of the, each year, so this shows September of each year. So September of the last 4 normal years in comparison to September of 2023, and you will notice that there are more people looking at homes in 2023 than there were in the last normal years. I'm pretty sure that a considerate amount of this home buying activity is the result of sellers and or lenders opting to buy down the buyer's interest rate or provide other home buying incentives. I've also noticed that more sellers are offering concessions to buyers, such as contributing to their closing costs. At the end of the day, there are viable solutions available to home buyers, and that makes purchasing a home possible in the current environment. And this chart is very important and will hopefully give you a sense of why you will not see a free fall in home prices. So what you're looking at is active listing count for November of each year that's represented here. And active listing means the amount of homes that's currently on the market for sale. The orange bar represents 2023, so November of 2023. The blue bars represent the last 3 normal years. So we're not considering the pandemic years, which are 2020 through 2022. And you will notice that, well, you will notice where we stand. So in 2023, you can see that the amount of homes or housing inventory, the amount of homes for sale or housing inventory is considerably lower than that of the last normal years. And as a result, since buyer demand outweighs inventory, the price reductions that you may see simply means that prices are stabilizing and there will be no free fall of drastic drop in home prices. When you see a seller reduces their home price, whether it's by $5,000, $10,000, even $50,000, please know that that is a price correction. There is nothing crazy going on with housing in terms of, oh yeah, there's gonna be a free fall for homes. Homes are gonna be dirt cheap. That is not the case. That's not what we're currently experiencing. What you are noticing is a price correction from homes that may have been overpriced or simply over-ambitious sellers just wanting to see what they can possibly get for their home. Let's take a look at housing market trends in Metro Atlanta. This chart shows the Greater Atlanta area. The upper portion is for single family detached, and the lower portion numbers are for attached homes, meaning condos and townhomes. Now we're going to focus on pending sales, closed sales, days on market, average sales price, the percent of list price received, and the month supply of inventory. So we can see that pending sales for November was just under 2,500. Pending sales meaning homes that were under contract and set to close. The amount of closed sales were just over 2,800. When you see that big difference in numbers or higher closings than the pending sales, that just means that there were homes that were under contract from the previous month but closed in the current month. Days on market 30, average sales price 525, 174. Percent of list price received, that looks like 98.7. And the month supply of inventory is 2.5. For attached homes, we have pending sales at 750, closed sales at 829, days on market 32, average sales price 416, 860, percent of list price received 98.7, month supply of inventory is at 2.8. To recap, existing home sales declined 4.1% month over month and 4.6% year over year as of the last measure. 2024 home price appreciation is expected to be at 1.5%. Mortgage rates dip considerably in December to just over 6.6% for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Average sales price for detached homes is $525, $174. For attached homes is at $416,860. Average days on market is 30. Month supply of inventory for detached homes is 2.5, and for attached homes is 2.8. Home price appreciation has slowed, which equals signs of a more normal market. With mortgage rates and home prices stabilizing, we are expecting a more normal market in 2024 instead of the volatility we've experienced in recent times, which resulted in home buyers being priced out of the market. As always, it's my goal to bring you accurate information from trusted sources so that you can make the best decision for yourself and your family. I would also like to take this opportunity or this moment to wish each of you a very happy new year. Take care of yourselves, be kind to one another, and that's all for now. I'll see you on the next video. Happy New Year.